Hey, it's me. Welcome to my channel. I know it's been a long time since I uploaded a video, but that's because I've been working on a really cool project, which is this little nugget of joy that you see right here. Now, I was going to keep him a secret for a few more weeks until he was born. But someone spilled the beans early, so now you all get to enjoy this sneak peek into fatherhood. Anyway, with Father's Day coming up this Sunday, I thought we'd celebrate by doing a Tom and Jerry cartoon. It is always a good time to re-watch these classics. And they read just as funny today as they were when I was a kid. So, these two sure know how to keep things interesting. And like any great comedy duo, their antics never get old. Now, while this particular episode isn't one of my favorites, it does have its moments. But I still couldn't help but wonder why it was called Tom and Jerry's Spring Cleaning. Like, where are the brooms? Where's the dusting? Where's the vacuum cleaner? All I see is a bunch of destruction and a lot of screaming. So maybe it's best not to read too much into the titles of these cartoons. And speaking of screaming, there's a lot of it in this one. Maybe a little too much for some viewers. You know who you are? Anyway, let's just sit back, relax, and enjoy this little trip down memory lane. Who knows? Maybe we'll even learn a thing or two about parenting along the way. A couple of things I learned from this episode. Do you and let your kids eat cake for breakfast? I mean, come on, they're gonna have cavities before they even start school at this rate. Also, maybe do you and leave your house in the middle of a thunderstorm. If you do you and want your kids to get kidnapped by traveling salesmen, learned that one the hard way. And finally, if your wife tells you she wants a baby, maybe try not to act like you being attacked by a rabid squirrel every time she brings it up. Says just a conversation, bud. Take a deep breath and be supportive. Speaking of babies, I think Spike's son, who I assume is his son, deserves a name. So let's call him Tyke. That sounds like a good name for a little bulldog. So from now on, I'm gonna refer to Spike's son as Tyke. Okay, got it. Good, let's move on. And now for the part you've all been waiting for. My commentary on the actions of Tom and Jerry. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't seen my other videos, where I do live reaction and commentary, you should check them out. I usually pick classic movies, but sometimes I stumble upon an old cartoon that's just as good. So first off, why is Tom chasing Jerry around the house with a broom? Is he trying to sweep him away? Like, what's the strategy here? And why is Jerry dressed like that? I know it's a cartoon, but does he not have any pants? And why is Tom letting him get away? Usually, Tom's all over Jerry like a cheap suit. He doesn't miss many opportunities to harass his little friend. But this time, he seems pretty passive. It's almost like he's afraid of Jerry. Then again, maybe Tom's just taking a break from the usual routine. After all, he's been chasing Jerry around for years, and maybe he's just sick of it. Maybe he's reached a point where he's said, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm done with this whole cat and mouse thing. Maybe Tom's had enough and he's ready to move on with his life. Oh! Maybe he's got a hot date with a sexy Siamese cat or a British. Maybe he's finally getting his life together, and he's just not interested in chasing a little mouse anymore. Maybe Tom's evolved. Maybe he has realized that Jerry's just a simple country mouse who is just trying to make it in a big city. Maybe Tom sees himself in Jerry. Maybe he remembers a time when he was young and full of hope, when he too was just a small mouse trying to find his place in the world. Maybe Tom realizes that Jerry's not just a pest, he's a friend who's always there for him, no matter what. A friend who makes him laugh, even when he's mad. A friend who reminds him what it's like to be young and free. Maybe Tom's not chasing Jerry around the house with a broom. Maybe he's dancing with him. Maybe they're best friends. Maybe that's the real story behind Tom and Jerry. The story of an unlikely friendship between a cat and a mouse. It's a story as old as time itself. A story that will live on forever in our hearts. Ah, man. I'm getting all choked up just thinking about it, okay? I'm done. Let's move on. Oh, and speaking of moving on, I think it's time for me to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed my commentary, and if you did, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me out and means a lot to me. Plus, if you subscribe, you won't miss any of my future videos, including the one where I actually upload a video game. No, I know, it's about time. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Now, if you want to hear more about my new addition to the family, feel free to check out my social media. I post updates pretty regularly, and if you want to see cute pictures of him, well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, thanks for being a part of this journey, and I hope you're having a great week. Stay safe, stay awesome, and remember, laughter is the best medicine, unless, of course, you have a broken bone or something. Then you need to go to the hospital. I'm not a doctor. Just kidding. I am a doctor. I went to medical school. I just didn't talk about it much. I wanted to be a rock star. It's okay.